Hey everybody, Black Metal Werewolf here, coming at you with a new video. Sorry if I'm speaking a little louder, if I'm speaking a little differently. I just saw Cradle of Filth last night, so I have a bit of a concert after feeling going on. It's still out ringing in my ears, and I probably scream myself a little hoarse. Um, Cradle of Filth was really good. If you get a chance to see them live, if you're a fan of them, I definitely would check them out. They played old stuff, new stuff, midway stuff, so no matter what stage of Cradle of Filth you like, there's something for you regardless. There were two opener bands. There was I believe it's pronounced Neobliviscaris. It's a melodic death metal band from Australia. They went on very first, and they were really, really, really good. I'd never listened to them before, so I was very pleasantly surprised when they came on stage and they just fucking blew the crowd away. And then the second opener band came on, and that's kind of going to be the topic of today's video. And the topic is, I think I finally figured out why so many your average metalhead does not like metalcore. I've talked about metalcore in the past in videos and how we shouldn't just shit on them simply because they don't like the same music as us. I'm not going to shit on them. I'm just going to talk about why I think your average metalhead doesn't like metalcore. Because when you talk to your average metalhead and they ask them, do you like metalcore? Usually they say no. And then when you ask them why, they say, well, it's not metal. That's not a very good explanation. And it's kind of hard to put into words, so it's easier just to say, well, it's not metal. Yeah, I can understand that because I say it all the fucking time. So the band that played was Butcher Babies. I had never heard of them before. I didn't know what kind of music to expect. I didn't know what it was at all. There were a bunch of people in the crowd who were very clearly excited about it. When they came on stage, there were two female lead singers, which I have no problem with. But as soon as they started playing, I don't know, because like a Neobliviscaris came on and it was like, it had like so much substance to it. They had two singers, a guttural singer and a clean vocal singer. The clean vocal singer also like pulled out a violin and played that through a bunch of their songs. It was like it was well composed music, creative lyrics. It was something. There was so much substance to it. And then when Butcher Babies came on, it felt like there was no substance. The lyrics were the most generic, run-of-the-mill, trying to be edgy thing I'd ever heard. Like, when I think of, like, heavy metal bands, usually when I say heavy metal in my head, the first thing that pops into my mind is Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. And anytime I, like, sit down and listen to Iron Maiden and read through the lyric book, I see substance. I see people with good writing skills, pouring out what's in their heart and putting it on paper. And then when you listen to the music, you can see clearly very talented people who are very good musicians, once again, pouring their heart into their work. And then when, Butcher Babies came on, the entire set, there wasn't a single guitar solo. The chorus for every single song were three words. One of them was, get the fuck up. The other one was, can't stop moving. And the other one was... Oh, fuck, one thing is so forgettable I can't even remember it right off the top of my head. It was just so boring. There was nothing to it. Once again, I didn't know it was a metalcore band, so I didn't have any preconceived notions going into it. Never listened to them before, never heard of them before. All I know is that when I bought the ticket for Cradle of Filth, it's like, Butcher Baby's gonna be there. I never had any interest in listening to them, so what I got was completely new, and it was weird, because when I looked around, there were so many people who were into it, but then I looked around and there were some people who were just sitting there like, standing there like, I don't get this. What is so special? And so then it kind of clicked in my head, that is the issue that a lot of metalheads have with metalcore. Whereas so many like people who listen to metal, like, the reason why they listen to it is because they wanted something different. They listened to, like, country or pop music or rap music, and they saw something that they didn't like and that they thought was repetitive and boring, and they wanted something extreme and something out there, and, something that was out of the norm. And then I feel like metalcore might just kind of be dulling the metal scene down. Like, when you look at, like, a Slayer album cover... There's something to it. Like, my favorite album cover is South of Heaven. Like, it's out there. It's really fucking cool. And the music reflects it. There's a lot of a substance to it, and people who thought differently putting this together and creating different songs together. But then when I just listened to, like, the Butcher Babies, it was just so mediocre. The bassist was pretty good, but other than that, like the two lead singer, the two chicks, they had a lot of energy on stage, but having energy on stage doesn't make up for poor songwriting and just really boring lyrics. Yeah, so I think that might be the issue, that people who are really into metal, they want something that's really out there and extreme and different, and then when they look at metalcore, they see something that's boring and generic, and like it's a packaged product. Now, whenever I see metalcore bands like on Facebook or on YouTube or whatever, it's like they all look and sound the same to me. Whereas other types of heavy metal have evolved and grown from each other. For example, thrash metal was around, and if people wanted to saw thrash metal, they wanted something more extreme. Then death metal evolved from that, and then everyone knows the evolution of black metal, how that came to be. So it's constantly changing and growing, but then I feel like then metalcore is just kind of like a prepackaged, generic thing that you get, and you're not going to get anything new or exciting from it. But keep in mind that these are just my opinions and my thoughts on it. My opinions and thoughts are not universal. People are allowed to have and think any way they want. It's perfectly all right to disagree with me and think I'm wrong. This is just how I see it and how I think it is going on. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I want you guys to comment and let me know what you think in the comment section. I would give an album recommendation, but the band I want to recommend, I don't have an album for because I just listened to them, which is Neobliviscaris from Australia. Look them up on YouTube. I'll put their name in the description section so you guys can find them. And I looked up a video there on YouTube. So since you're on here anyway, you might as well watch that while you're here. So yeah, they're really good. If you're into like mellow death metal, definitely check that out. Thanks a lot for watching. Comment below, let me know. Like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I'll be putting that in the description section as always. I'm Black Metal Werewolf, and stay brutal, guys.